So these are the render settings in Cinema 4D. In the output, there are some drop downs, and I would recommend you use HDTV 1080-25, which is 25 frames per second full HD. There's a section down below called frame range, and by default it's set to current frame. You can actually type in values, very straightforward, or you can just do select all, but in this case I'm going to render 0 to 149. In the save, this is just saying where do you want to save it to. It's not actually saving it. So I'm going to say I'm going to save it onto my external drive into Brighton Tutorials, and I'm going to call it Wave 1 and save it. Now that hasn't actually saved it yet, it's just telling it where to. So format, I'm going to go straight to MP4. Now you can see that you have a whole range of different formats and stills included. The rest of these don't worry about, but the alpha channel might come in useful later. Anti-aliasing, select best, because it's an animation, select animation. And then that's it. You can leave the others, and then you can save, and then you hit the middle button and it will start to render it. Okay. So you can see on the right, you can see the individual frames. You can see in 10 seconds it's done 18 frames. So in this case it's quite quick, but these renders can take a long time. It can be as much as, I've seen things, 8 hours per frame, depending on your machine and the complexity of the object, of what it is you're trying to render out. So just leave this go. Something as simple as this should be quite quick. You might wonder what the squares are that you see. My laptop has got 8 cores, and what you're seeing is each of the individual cores of the actual chip rendering. So if you've got a much more powerful machine, you'll see more cores and it will be faster. So we'll just let this go. Okay, so that's it finished. Now, if we just head out to my file, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to render out a series of 4 of them. Each one I'm going to make some very small changes, and then I'm going to head into the render settings. So here I'm just playing with frequency and turbulence, and I'm going to render out 4 different variants. And you'll see me change the render settings for each one. Just give each one a new name. So I'm going into save. Just rename this one. The other settings the same. This one's wave 2. So here's the 4th one just finishing. And then what we can do is we can just open these up, and you can see they are, where are they? They're in bright. There are wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. I'm just very quickly going to dump them into a single composition in After Effects. Okay, so here's me working super fast in After Effects on my super powered laptop. I'm just assembling the 4 into a single full HD composition, and hopefully I've just got 4 copies of it. I'm just duplicating it. There's more things you could do, but this is just to give you an idea, and this is sort of what I felt the first task should be. Just get your wave and either vary the color or do something to it and end up with a simple composition like the one I end up with here at the end. Okay, so this is the final piece, very, very simple. What I do like is I like the way the colour just fades out to match the background, which is why it was important to sample that background colour so it did match perfectly. If you can't get it exact, it doesn't matter. And obviously you can see here I've just looped it, but there's all kinds of layering things up that you could do to get interesting final results. But this is task 1.